So it's also your duty. This is very important. It's also your duty to be crying so that you actually get a hold of God's word concerning your life. It will actually help you in times of trials, in times of tribulations, okay? A man with no purpose and a man without a word from God, we will definitely perish when circumstances like this face him, okay? But a man with God's word will actually emerge out of dark and hard situations. They will emerge out of such situations strong in faith and more grounded in God. You see that now, okay? Okay, right. Verse 21. Verse 21. We want to combine this with verse 1 and verse 2, okay? This is the same camp. Do you know that same camp? Verse 1 and verse 2, we are told that he got to a camp, and this camp, he called it Penuel, right? The camp where the presence of God was, and there was angelic activity. So this is the very same camp now which Jacob is in, okay? But do you note that there was nothing which happened? He was just seeing angels. He was just seeing them, but nothing happened to him. There was no communication whatsoever. There was no communion. There was no interaction. He just saw. All right. But I want us to go now to verse 24. It starts with then. That's our keyword there. The then. The heavens were actually waiting for this moment, this encounter. Okay. The encounters which he had in verse 1 and verse 2 was an invitation actually. It was an invitation. Jacob, come to the secret place. Come to the secret place. Jacob was surrounded with a lot, so much wealth, so much people, so much servants, a lot of everything. But there came a time now where Jacob was left alone, okay? He didn't respond to the call and the beckoning to come to the secret place. But circumstances were put in place to leave him alone, to leave him alone, okay? He was eventually left alone. So we now get to see that his stamina and his resolve was now put to the test, okay? That battle which he had, the battle which he had was to test his stamina and his resolve, okay? Yes. Last time when he came to this place, you were only concerned with bread and we were only concerned with clothes. Now that you are beyond reach, now that I have given you everything, what do you want and how much do you want it? His determination was being tested. Okay. And he actually made a statement which showed how determined he was. I will not let you go unless you bless me. My God, my God. Now Jacob was wiser, and that blessing which God had spoken to him had promised him before in chapter 27, now this time Jacob was actually after it. He was hungry for it and he was hunting it. So that blessing of Abraham, he was seeking it and was saying, I won't leave you until you bless me. So what is actually being referred to, that he is wrestling with God and wrestling with men. It means that Jacob was weighed and Jacob was tested. That's verse 28, okay? I know many people will be asking themselves, does it mean that Jacob actually prevailed over God? What it meant, that one, is that Jacob was weighed and tested by the standards of men and by the standards of God. The wrestling and the battling there is to test and to try him. It was a way of weighing him, a sort of arm wrestling, okay? To test his capacity. He was weighed and tested by the standards of God and by the standards of men. And he was found worthy, okay? He was found worthy to cross to the other side. Crossing to the other side was actually stepping into his destiny, stepping into this promise, okay? Stepping into the promised land. Was he worthy to carry the inheritance which God had promised Abraham? So he was being tested. Are you now ready to carry what I promised Abraham and his descendants? Are you now ready? Do you have that capacity? Is your capacity enough to carry what I'm releasing to you? So at times we are being tested by the standards of men and the standards of God, and we are failing at it all. We are found wanting in our flesh. We are drawn to the worldly desires, and as God is testing us with the standards of God, we are found wanting as well. The time we are investing in prayer, the time we are investing even in just availing ourselves in the secret place, availing ourselves even in fastings, that time we are found wanting. We are found wanting. Okay, so the old you who was a thief, the old you who was a crook, that Jacob, okay, he was asked his name. What's your name? That old self, that old you, we are taking it away. God is taking that away and making you a prince with God, Israel. Okay, may that be also your testimony. May you not carry on living the very same life which you were living before you got to know Christ.